What's up, everybody? It's your boy Code102 aka Aiden, and welcome back to another video. Today's going to be the Wolves vs Manchester United match reaction. Score ended 1-0 Manchester United's way. I guess you could say we got fairly lucky. We did get outplayed in the first half, but a good counter attack saw us see us through to the FA Cup. There was a sacrifice, I guess you could say, but at the end of the day, we won a very important game, so we should be very happy with ourselves. I'm gonna keep it short and sweet because there wasn't really much to discuss about this game. It was the regular Wolves vs Manchester United, very tight, very defensive game, and yeah, it wasn't a great watch, but the goal was fantastic. So we'll just get straight to the ratings. Romero gets an 8. Look, Romero had some pretty outstanding saves today. He kept us in the game as well. The one with Jimenez in the first half was a pretty good save. So fair play to him. Wan-Bissaka gets an 8. He was everywhere today, defensively, offensively. He was where he needed to be. So, and he kept Traore quiet for the most part as well. So that's all you could really ask for from him. Lindelof will get a 7. Problem with Lindelof and Maguire is if one plays well, if one doesn't play well, the other one will kind of follow suit. So Lindelof, I think he played better of the two, so he's gonna get a 7. I think he was solid today. Didn't do much wrong, but he wasn't I don't know, he didn't deserve anything above that. And Harry Maguire, I think he had a pretty bad game, to be honest. I think it's a generous 6 from me. Like, honestly, he a lot of the times just lacked awareness, was outpaced, out-tackled. He did good here and there, but he didn't do what he normally does. He wasn't as composed. There was shaky moments, and it could have cost us today. It didn't, but it could have. So he definitely gets a 6. Maybe people could discuss a 5, but I'm gonna give him a 6. And Brandon Williams will get a 7 as well. Didn't see much of him offensively today, but what do you expect when it's a very tight game? Your fullbacks are not going to be running completely because they're not going to have the freedom to. So when he could have, he went, but just a solid game as well. Just good defensively. You always know what to get from him now. Looks like defensively he's just this very fantastic left back. The two CDMs. Look, I don't think this midfield in general had a very good game today. So I'm going to say Fred will probably just get an average 6. A lot of turnovers, a lot of unnecessary fouls. And we didn't really pass the ball forward enough for our team, for anybody to get a 7 or an 8. So I think Fred will get a 6. I know he did have a good game defensively. So as CDM, that's kind of your job. But I think we just needed more, and we didn't get that from Fred. And same with Matic. Matic will get a 6. I think Matic did have the worst game of the two, but not by much. A lot of turnovers that could have led to goals. Or you could try and give Matic a 5 now I'm thinking about it, but I'm going to give him a 6 just because he had a lot of defensive stops as well, just like Fred. So there's no reason to give anybody a pretty bad score because we just won a game that it's a very big game because we're still in a cup competition and you can't ask much for more. Mata, I'm going to give Mata an 8 just for the goal because, look, there wasn't many good performances today, but that goal won us the tie. That two-legged tie, and Mata, they won it for us, so he gets an 8. He's probably going to be the man of the match. There's nothing more I could say about that. Look, we could talk about how bad that we played, but in a cup competition, doesn't matter about the form, doesn't matter about how bad we play. If we win, we win, we go through. So yes, there's a lot that we could say about the style of play, how bad we played in the first half, but you got to respect that we won the game and we're going through into a cup competition, and it's important that we win a cup this season, and the FA Cup could very well be that cup. So we just gotta be happy that we went through. Um, so on the left was Daniel James. I think Daniel James will get a 7, but I think what might bring people down to a 6 is the fact that he had so many opportunities and he just couldn't finish. He couldn't deliver the right pass. So I'm going to give him a 7 because his runs were amazing today. His runs were fantastic, probably the best I've seen in a very long time. When our attackers were down, really, Martial and Greenwood, he was the shining light in that attack. He was the threat when he was more likely to score than our striker. They're both of our strikers that were playing, so you can't say he had a bad game today, honestly. I don't think anyone could say he had a bad game today. Yes, his crosses didn't go through and his shots got saved and all of that, but if it wasn't for him, I don't think we would have nearly as many chances and nearly the many opportunities that did occur. So he gets a 7. Martial, I was originally going to give him a 6, but he got an assist, so he's going to get a 7. Look, Martial had a very bad game today. I'm not even going to front it. At the first half, I was genuinely going to give him a 5, but he picked it up in the second half and he got an assist, and that assist led to the goal. Of course, it's an assist, but he just he played a part in us going through. So I can't complain about that. That's a pretty good thing to do. Whether you're playing good or bad, you're still producing in some sort of way. So he deserves a 7. And Greenwood, I'm gonna give Greenwood a 6. I didn't see much of him at all, really. I know he had like maybe 2 shots on goal, but I didn't see much of him at all. So I can't say he did badly, but I can't say he did good as well. Look, Wolves parked the bus for the most part. That tends to be what they do every time, and it's why it's not an entertaining game. So the likes of Martial and Greenwood don't have the room to operate compared to maybe a Norwich or any other team. So you just gotta accept what it is. He didn't have he didn't have a good game, but he didn't have a bad game. So that's how we're gonna have to take it. Now, if we're going to the subs, you got I can't even remember the subs. All right, we'll start off with Rashford because that's probably the main one we need to talk about. Rashford did get on, but he only played a certain amount of minutes. I would say around maybe 10 to 15, and then he got injured, and that's what the price is. That's what the sacrifice is that I mentioned at the start of the video. It looks like Rashford got a pretty tough injury or a knock. Hopefully, it's not too serious, but it's probably the worst outcome. I said in the preview, we need to get out of this game unscathed, no injuries whatsoever. But injuring probably our best player, that's a tough blow. So hopefully he can be back for Liverpool, but it doesn't even look like it, to be honest, the way he was playing after the injury. So looks like Liverpool's going to be a massive struggle without our best player. So we're going to be very aware and careful. It doesn't look like we're going to have much chance against Liverpool, honestly. But it's a big game, and anything can happen in a big game. So Rashford looks like he's out. Jesse Lingard. Look, Jesse Lingard didn't do anything wrong. He's just didn't have much time to play, so just gotta give him an average 6. And Andreas gets a 6 as well. There's not much really that the bench did. They didn't produce anything. The game was pretty much over when they were introduced. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. Ollie probably gets like a 6 for the lineup. It's not much he could have done, but the lineup just didn't produce. It's not necessarily his fault. I think he tried to change formations in mid-game as well. Maybe that's the reason why we played better in the second half. So, yeah, maybe a 6 is what I'm going to give him. Now we got a big game. Got a very, very big game against Liverpool. We just this is the grit and grind. I remember last season when we had all of our players injured in one half, we still managed to get a result out of that game. I know it's at Anfield now. It's going to be much harder. but it is possible to get a result. Maybe it's not going to be a win, but it is possible to get a result, no matter how unlikely it may seem. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. It's your boy, Code 102. Peace.